Hey you guys, how are you doing? I thought I would hop on here since it's Vlogust. I have time for a few more chatty vlogs, so I thought I would go ahead and share with you a little bit more about my health and wellness update and all of that jazz and how it's going. And the reality is the last few weeks have been really hard for me. I know that you saw you might have seen, I posted a video of my update after round 1 of Chalene Extreme, and I love Chalene Extreme. The problem with Chalene Extreme is that I was having a bit of a hard time getting my weights set up, getting everything set up, and then doing sometimes a 40-minute workout and then doing a shower with the boys, and it was too long. And doing weightlifting, you're doing these intense intervals, and having to stop right in the middle of them was really kind of losing some of the benefit for that particular type of workout. And it was just frustrating to me because I loved the workout, but having the kids there with me, I just really couldn't get into it. And just it being so long, I was struggling. So, sorry about that. So for a little while, I was just not really working out regularly, just kind of struggling. So I've taken the last little bit to kind of, Beachbody On Demand has a program where they've got a lot of their workouts, especially older ones. Like, you can get the whole program as a part of your subscription to Beachbody On Demand. So I decided that I was just going to go ahead and check out a bunch of the programs. I'm not someone who's crazy about intense workouts like Insanity or P90X. Like, those things just don't appeal to me much. And I was looking at a lot of the shorter ones, and I really liked T25, but I found that it was very technical, kind of like Size was, and me trying to do something technical with the kids around too, it's just too hard for me to wrap my brain around, and so it wasn't a great fit for me right now either. So I finally, after looking at all of the workouts that are 30 minutes or less, I decided that I'm going to do the 21-day fix and really just focus on building that habit again, getting back into a good eating habit, getting back into, I haven't been bad with my eating, but I certainly have not been as good as I could. I would say I've been better than I used to be, but not as good as I had been. Does that make sense? Better than I used to be before I started any of this at all. So that could use improvement. So anyway, I just need an easy program that will help me kind of jump back into it. So I've got a couple of friends who are going to be starting with me on Monday. I realized that in order for me to stick to this, I need someone who's doing the same thing as me every day. So I just did a little shout out on my Facebook page, and I have a couple friends. We're going to start a week from today, and I'm really excited about doing the same workouts with someone at the same time. And if you want to join us, you're welcome to. I'd love to have more accountability, would be great. Just let me know in the comments below. But the 21-day fix is, you've got the portion control containers, which have been working really well for me. I've made some tweaks and adaptations. That's just the way I roll. And the 21-day fix has some cardio, it has some yoga, it has some strength training. I am finding that I really like strength training, like a lot, which I never in a million years ever thought you would ever see me doing any workouts that required weights, but I like it. So I'm hoping that that will get me back on track. My energy levels have definitely been lower since I haven't been exercising as much, but I'm still losing weight, which my guess is, unfortunately, at this point, I'm probably losing muscle mass because my body doesn't really look a ton different. If anything, I look like I'm kind of losing some of that toned muscle, but I'm like 2 pounds away now. I have a range of 10 pounds that I'm wanting to kind of sit in, like, forever after this. And I'm 2 pounds away from the top of that range, and that is so exciting. Obviously, I want to stay right in the middle, but I'm not going to be drastic about any kind of weight loss until I get back, beyond that 10-pound range. And I really don't want to let myself drop below the bottom of that. Some places say that that's still healthy, but it's too close to the weight. When I found out that I was allergic to dairy, I was so sick. It was terrible. I was hungry, I was starving, and I would sit down to eat a meal and I would be so excited to eat it, and I would take a few bites and I would get so sick and I could not eat anymore, and it was the most frustrating feeling in the world because you're starving and you want to eat this food, but you start eating it and you just get so sick, and it was terrible. But once we took dairy out of my, well, and part of what made it worse is I was drinking Boosts, and these like meal replacement, like high calorie drinks, which are dairy based, to try and, because I was losing so much weight, I was like wasting away. And so I was drinking, the doctor had me drinking these to try and help me. If I can at least get one of those down, keep it down, then that would help me. But unfortunately, that was making it worse because of the dairy. Yay, things you learn as you go along. So once I got the dairy out of my system and was able, it took me a while to be able to build my appetite back up. And then I just was struggling to lose weight for, I mean, not lose weight, to gain weight for quite a while. Really struggling, having such a hard time trying to gain weight. And it was hard. I'd say honestly that is actually harder than, for me, it was harder than losing weight, because if you exercise, you have to exercise very carefully because you don't want to be losing more weight. You still want to get your nutrition in. You want to make sure you're eating healthy, not just eating junk, but you have to gain weight. It was so hard. It was so hard. So anyway, I just don't even want to get near those numbers that I was dealing with. I don't want to go close to them because it was a bit traumatic for me to try and put on all this weight. And it was just frustrating. And I think the hardest part was I had a lot of people, are you anorexic? Like, what's wrong? And like, it was so frustrating because I wasn't. Like, I wanted to eat so bad. I just was so sick. But anyway, I digress. I went off on a tangent. I guess while I'm on that tangent, I can explain to you my whole weight history. So that was kind of what happened there. And then I finally, after I was off of dairy for enough time, really kind of finally normalized out, was able to build my weight up to a healthy weight, and I kind of stayed there for a while without much trouble. It was really kind of nice. I was thankful for my freshman 15. I was so thankful. Actually, I don't think I needed quite that much weight, but anyway, so I was working on that, and then my sophomore year, I believe it was the end of my sophomore year in college, I had a cyst on my neck. You can see my scar right there. Yeah, and it was not a cancerous cyst. Of course, we didn't know it at the time, but it was benign, but it was growing so rapidly. We had surgery scheduled for as soon as school was out, but it was growing so rapidly that it was difficult for me to breathe. It was causing major problems, so I actually had to take a couple of my finals early. I had to leave. It was a mess, but I had to leave a little bit before the semester was out because of it. And so they took out half of my thyroid at that time. And ever since then, my energy levels have never been the same, and my weight just kind of went up. I started exercising a lot, really trying to take care of myself, but my weight just kind of went up and up. And then as I got to, after I got married, my activity levels went down, and I just kind of got into more of a sedentary lifestyle. And then once, when I was pregnant with Samuel, I had hyperemesis gravidarum, and I was ridiculously sick. I could not walk from the couch to the bathroom to go potty without throwing up. Like, it was, motion made it worse. Like, any movement made it way worse. Walking anywhere, doing anything, I would just throw up nonstop. And I actually lost, I think 15 pounds with that pregnancy, before it finally got to the point where if I couldn't start putting weight on, I was gonna have to go to the hospital. So I was to that one appointment, and I didn't actually, then I gained 1 pound, and I was so excited. And so anyway, then after the complications of that pregnancy, it took me about a year to recover. I had surgery 6 months out. And with Timothy, I was so sick again, had more complications, major complications, required physical therapy and all of this. And at this point, my health, my weight are just not good. So that brings me to moving here to Idaho with amazing weather, been able to get outside, such a wonderful environment, and that has been kind of I want to be well. I've been so bleh, like I just don't want that anymore. I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to be able to be active with my family. So that's kind of what really pushed me to make the changes that I needed to make. And so anyway, I will be getting this week. I have been playing around more, doing some of my favorite shorter plyo workouts, and just been kind of playing around more and experimenting more with different programs just to see what I think of them until on Monday I will start the 21-day fix and I will get back on track because it is important. So this has turned out to be way longer than I meant for it to be, but now you guys know a little bit about my history and what's going on with my health and wellness. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Leave any questions or comments below. Talk to you later. Bye.